This is an example of our judicial system working like it should work and how it works in democracies across the globe. We have no reason to believe Comey actually broke any laws here. And we have no reason to believe that prosecutors in the Eastern District of Virginia have any evidence that suggests he did. In fact, we have reason to believe the exact opposite.
Sign that this country is on track, that people actually respect the rule of law and are willing to do their duty.
This is such a horrendous moment for the rule of law, for the Department of Justice, for the country writ large.
This is a test of citizenship. Are we a country of laws?
This is the rule of law under assault.
Kevin McCarthy is already casting judgment on the process. McCarthy could get someone killed with his rhetoric. He is going to inspire and incite somebody to take up violence against law enforcement.
Donald Trump has not come for you yet. He eventually will find you.
Trump and many of his allies have already begun criticizing and accusing the justice system of being corrupt and biased against him. The fact that the president was actually able to get the federal government to do his bidding is a giant step toward eroding the independence of the justice system and undoing the rule of law in America.
I've covered the intelligence community for more than a decade. Retaining classified information, especially at the level of classification that we're talking about here, is deeply significant. It is extraordinary that a former president did this. But a lot of regular Americans out there are saying when they hear about this, well, didn't Biden do that? Didn't Mike Pence do it? Of course, that's not the same, but that's what a lot of people are saying because they're not delving into the details. Comey authorized Dan Richmond to talk to reporters. And let's think about that. Does that matter in the scheme of things? This case against James Comey for the Trump world and MAGA world is not about whether he lied to Congress about leaks. They're using this as a weapon, this marginal perjury charge to go after Comey because they hate what he did in investigating Donald Trump.
There are inflammatory accusations about partisanship and political basis for these charges, and that should tell you everything that you need to know about what is motivating Donald Trump and his supporters.
Is fundamentally a breakpoint in our system of government, because even James Comey recognizes that the individual case against him is far less important than the damage this is doing and has done to the Department of Justice.
Here's an indictment to move forward with a potential prosecution. That's the process. There's nothing political about that. It's never been political. So now this reaction is what it is, performative. It's required. It is expected of them. There's not a brain cell that kicks in and goes, oh, I have to say and do the right thing, which is shut your mouth up.
Vis-a-vis all the other autocratic activities and behaviors they're engaging in, while at the same time, to your point, making people afraid by going after them and by imputing to them the offenses of the state.
This is not disparate treatment for a former president, contrary to some who say it's political. We have to see the indictment, but it feels to me like they are doing what we're supposed to do in America, treating no one as being above the law. Donald Trump has 34 felony convictions. He's now going to go after the people who are responsible for that. The whole thing, the lies, the injustice, that is not democracy. That's not America.
People who want to lie their way through this or claim that any accountability of any kind is automatically a political prosecution. People around Donald Trump try to take the first real criminal accountability process that exists and pretend it's something else. Oh my God, what if the law is enforced? What if it's not?
We now have the actual indictment, and it's very thin. It doesn't involve allegations of conduct, that is to say, action that forms a crime in the physical sense. We have the public, likely unlawful demands by Donald Trump to do what's called selective prosecution, to go after someone because of who they are, not of the evidence showing what they did.
There's a lot of us that still believe that in this country, no man is above the law. They're willing to trash the rule of law, all because of a failed reality TV host.
For those who are, screaming and crying on the air about weaponization of the government or collusion with the Biden White House or all sorts of other things that have led to this moment that are baseless, completely baseless. It's not responsible.
This is a bogus case, and it is lawfare. The only intention is he wants payback, and he wants to make Comey pay. And when you see people like the vice president going out there saying they're based on law, I mean, it's ridiculous.